this. We are going to play. We're going to have a look at some Satisfactory. It does look okay. Well, we'll hold off. We will hold off. 2 seconds, and we are still loading. Excellent. Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to Satisfactory. Bit sluggish, but maybe it's just loading in the world a bit. Welcome to Satisfactory, update 8. What they have done is they've caused things to slide. Update distance maybe? Render distance? Or is that just sliding? So this is in Unreal Engine 5. They've done an engine port, which can be quite a tricky process for games. I remember there was a game, one of those zombie games, ages and ages ago. They decided mid-development to do an update to Unreal Engine 4. They were going from 3 to 4. And that was the end of their game. They burnt through all of their budget, moving from one engine to another, and game's dead. So anyway, I'm going to build myself a hub. So I'm glad that hasn't happened here. So they've done some, they've added some new enemies and all sorts. But the most intriguing thing to me, that was that thing landing. The most intriguing thing for me is actually the engine change, because Unreal Engine 4 and Unreal Engine 5 changes an awful lot about what we perceive as what we perceive game engines can do. There's an awful lot of just little bits and pieces, like Nanite, which does allow you to spawn an awful lot of objects in the world without your frame rate disappearing into the dark ages. The Chaos engine, which rejiggers how all the physics work, so when we get vehicles, that will be a long time in the future in this save, they won't bounce around on foundations anymore, or so the developers say. Chaos also allows for other things which we probably won't see in Satisfactory, but we do see in other games that use Unreal Engine 5, the ability to break objects apart, for example. I mean, we might see it because obviously there are some meshes in here that do explode. The gas spires are now destructible, which is good because I hate those things. I've just started a new game in Grasslands, by the way. I like the Grasslands. It is quite a nice area to start off with, but we need, no, which key is it? V, that's it. We need these things, so let's go out on our quest to find these things. Should be some around here. I'm actually going to change my audio settings. I just want to cut it in half because the pings are... It does look different, I think. It does look... In a strange way, it looks a little bit washed out. It definitely does look different. I don't know. They've definitely tweaked with all the lighting stuff. It just kind of looks a little different. Anyway, let's go and see if we can find some iron. There we go. The pings are a little bit more. There's still definite stutter, which I did not get before. But, you know, new systems probably going to be a little bit different. Right, let's get our zappy thing, because these things need to be destroyed so we can get to the iron. There's some copper up there and some limestone behind us. Great time for the game to stutter. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a lot more stutter than I would normally do. So that's something to be wary of going in. The game is definitely stuttering more than it used to. I don't know quite why. we'll just kill Cookie Clicker, which I do have running in the background. That's going to pop up in a random place. Hopefully, maybe I was just eating into my RAM a little bit too much. I don't know. Task Manager has decided not to pop up, which is not helpful. Right, let's just get ourselves our mining drill down. I've dropped a mining drill, and then I thought, well, actually what I could do is drop an actual mining drill, which I can do. No, pick up the miner. Right, because I've done the tutorial. So miner, and then that goes into our smelter, which then goes into our constructor. There we go. Boom, boom. Right, and then we need to get our biomass generator or biomass burner. And put some biomass in there. That is not going to last very long, but it should be long enough to start this stuff up. Good. Right. Next up, copper. Well, actually, next up, limestone, because limestone is just here. So, miner, constructor. That is going to be making concrete. No. Gone a little bit for biomass. Obviously, later on, you get all kinds of big machines. This game is all about slowly ruining a planet, which I love. You know, it's very unabashedly just saying, yeah, you know, all this lovely environment. Yeah, you're basically doing the most harm possible to this planet. That's why the developers have said, you know, that they don't want like ecological options, basically, for this game. You know, you're not meant to be putting up your wind turbines and your solar panels to make sure that the wildlife is as happy as possible. No. You know, this game is all about absolutely ruining this world in all sorts of fun and exciting ways. Right. Next up is copper. Which means killing one of these things. I may have just been cooking my RAM over a bit because it's a bit smoother now. Right, have to knock off that top bit so that you can get your miner down. And that is missing the wire that I will need. So that is going to go down here and it's going to be dropping into a smelter once I've got the wire that I need. Why is that? I know why that's not running, because I need to set it up so that it knows what it is that this is all doing. So that's doing iron, and that's going to be making me iron plates, because I think iron plates are probably going to be the most useful right now. I can also build some storage containers, which I'm going to need, because obviously we don't want this filling up, so it stops making stuff. Right. I went here because I needed to use this, so I can make some more wire. Just manually making some useful resources. Obviously, you don't want to be. You can sort of do this throughout most of the game, but there are definitely things that you. Well, everything you want to. This game is purely about automating everything. The more you automate, the easier your life is. It's like when we're doing like the create mod stuff in Minecraft. You automate as much as you possibly can because not automating stuff is hard. Right, let's get our smelter in. And there's some really useful things you can get with these power lines. It's basically like a oh God, I can't remember what they're called, but like a zip line. That's the thing. You just zip line tool that basically allows you to ride along these wires. It's really nice. It's really nice later on. Right. Okay. So factory is basically up now. I need to make a constructor here, and this is why I made this do plates. I need to get a second line in to make rods, and then all will be good. So this is making wire. It can just make wire, that's fine. There are like splitters and the like later on, but don't have that yet. So, and also foundations, because obviously this factory does not look very nice. It's a shove things down and deal with it later. And by later I mean shortly, because it doesn't take too long to start unlocking your good stuff in this game. Right. I'm probably going to need another biomass burner in a second. There we go. That's the sound of my biomass running out of fuel. That's fine. Let's just do that. And I need cable now. Yeah, and I need another biomass burner. I'm doing with these everything very, very quickly. And then I stop. Do some of this. As I said, you can do this stuff sort of manually, but don't really want to. Okay, that's all connected up. Let's wire that one into there. Dump down another biomass burner if we can. Thing is, we've got two of them up at the hub, but I've put the hub so far away. Hold on. That's coming out of the smelter. That's got yeah, nothing's got any power. That's why nothing's running. I've got copper. Good. I just need the stuff required for the biomass burner, right? Which is copper cable. The thing that this makes, but I can't because it's run out of power. It's fine. Do that. Okay, and on we go. Hopefully this will be enough. last one. There we go. Right, so this now puts out, let's burn it down somewhere. I then need to find a cable I can hook into somewhere, and then I need to make some biomass. Burning leaves, again, you know, you can do it. The game doesn't say you can't, but you don't really want to. And that's our system now online again, at least until the biomass runs out. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to go up to where my hub is. I'm now going to move it down here into this spot here, because leaving it up there was a terrible idea, and I don't really know why I did it. The factory is now going to basically be making wire, limestone, sort of concrete, plates, iron plates and iron rods. Now the hub is where we go to do research, level-based research, I guess you could call it. So, well, I'll just move this hub. All right. Yeah, so this will do sort of level 1 to 1. I think it's 1 and 2 researches. But in order to advance your sort of level, you need the big one, the elevator. What's it called specifically? The space elevator. So, oh, something's run out. Something's not set up properly. Hold on. That's not wired into anything. Okay. And that's not set up for iron. There you go. Have some iron. Right, that should now be making me iron rods. Good. So we've got a little craft bench here. We've got a personal storage box. Put some useful stuff in. A little, yeah, little area there with a mini game in it. Is this the Tetris one? Yeah, it's sort of like you're trying to fit little blocks in. Just a little mini game they put in. Right, so yeah, so we got our tier 1 and tier 2. That's right. Yeah. In order to get tier 3 stuff, I would need to get the space elevator and complete the things that are needed for the space elevator to advance. However, tier 1 and tier 2 do unlock a series of quite useful stuff, all in all. What it doesn't unlock is coal power, because that is I need the big one for that. I need to get a space elevator. So that's the thing that we're now going to be working towards, getting the space elevator up and running and keeping the factory happy. And in order to do that, we need to start unlocking various things. So, build the space elevator. Base building. So we want to do some base building. So if I go over to here, I've got some concrete. If I go over to here, I should have some plates. And both of these will require storage elevators. God, I've got elevators in the brain. Storage containers. That's what I need for them both. And everything is very messy right now. Right. Now we don't need all of them. Oh, obviously we need everything that's on the list, but we can put them in piecemeal. So I need 90 more rods, some 23 plates and some concrete to finish this thing, and then we'll send the module off. And this is the early part of the game, which is running around trying to make sure everything is still fueled up. So biofuel is now needed. That's my next quest, biofuel. Sort of. I say sort of because what I need to do now is I need to go in, see if I can remember, somewhere over this direction, and on the way I'm going to be picking up all of this stuff that I possibly can, because until I have a chainsaw I have to do it manually. Let's see, now where is it? It's somewhere over here, I believe. And what that thing is, that's somewhere over here. There is a power slug there. I might grab the power slug while I'm here. Yeah, why not? So you can do research in this game. And that is a power slug. So we'll grab that one. These used to be green a while ago. They changed them to blue. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And we got 2 of them beasties, but more importantly is loot around here. We're gonna need in the future. Oh, 2 of them. I'm gonna get knocked around a bit. Where's the other one? There. They're not hard. You just stay out their way. They'll do a charge attack. Stay out their way, and then right. I need power. Opening these drop pods will get you they're like a computer disk. I can't remember what it's called, a black box. And researching that black box can unlock some very, very useful recipes. And it can be some very useful recipes, but there are some pretty dreadful ones in there as well. So things like bolted steel plate, for example, which would replace, basically just bolted steel plate, I believe, does improve the efficiency of making steel plates, but at the downside, or the reinforced plate, sorry, the downside of it is that it changes the recipe. And you can select whichever recipes you actually want to make use of. So there's like a threaded steel plate or something, which is basically, it's the same thing. It's just it's a reinforced plate, but it's just got different recipes, which means that in some cases they can be a lot more efficient. I go a little bit more of this, and even more of this because I can. Can I make the research thing yet? No, not yet. Right, let's fill these up. One of the other things they've done, from what I remember, the parachute is now an upgrade based kind of item rather than a consumable, which is nice because the parachute was kind of useless before. It's like, well, why would I want to? It was quite an expensive thing to do to make early on, when really what you could do instead is just jump or find another route. Right, so what did I need? Concrete. That won't do all of it yet, but soon. that's all the plates down. So just need rods and concrete. And I really can't wait to be able to blow these things up because they are an absolute pain. So it's that blowing those up, getting rid of them has been a bit of a long time coming. I'm hoping that also removes the cloud. They didn't say that in the update. But yeah, right. Going forth, taking all of this stuff. By the way, yes, I am streaming quite early this morning today because I have some time off. So I may be streaming other games this week at random times because I want to. With the idea that, I may do a bit of experimenting to kind of see what works for potentially, having something on Saturday as a Saturday slot and a Sunday slot for proper streams. I don't know. This week is just like a bit of a chill week for me. To do what I want, basically. To do what I need to do as well. There's just been a few bits and pieces that I've been leaving by the wayside because it's just like, oh, well, I could do that, or I could actually do something fun while I've got the time. So yeah, there might be some streams sort of at random points throughout this week. Maybe a video. Who knows? Oh dear. That does need a storage container, but I don't quite have the resources for it yet. Everything needs to go into getting the concrete because I hate this. I really don't like just having everything off grid. It's yeah, it's something that needs to be fixed. Now there is a second concrete. Also, I've probably got... No, I don't. No, because that one doesn't have a thing in the middle of it for some reason, whereas this one does. Right. Not all the veins do, which is a bit strange. It's like some of the coal ones do and some of the cold ones don't. Is it cold? I don't know. But the limestone one certainly. Right. I will just make a little bit of concrete. Certainly doing it in this grid, it's not, this isn't more expensive. In some ways it is, because later on the recipes that you get, that you can unlock, are better, and you can't manually craft those. But there we go. Finally, we can get the first thing unlocked, and that thing will launch, and all will be good. Right. And boom, and off it goes. I should note that one of the things that I am waiting for them to add is buckets. One of these days, maybe. Simply because there are always these moments when you're setting up your power system of, the coal generator's run out of power again, and everything sort of requires that. I need to put water in this thing. Yes. Anyway, right. So I can now do a few things. I can build lookout towers, which allow me to see my base from a slightly different perspective. There we go. And as you can see, right now it looks ugly. So let's get some foundations, which I can't afford. Oh, I love early game of this game. It's just like, I really want... Yes, I can do foundation. Oh, I can't actually afford it yet. Right, so I'm going to put... Well, so what I like to do is I like to build my factories around the things that I can't move. Because if I do that, then everything is nice and square. Needs to be a little bit further forwards. Now the reason why it's yellow is because this is sort of blocking it, which is fine. Well, it's not fine, that will need to be moved. But that will basically just be moved up. So I can have my biomass burner, and now I can start actually putting things on the grid. What's that? I say completely failing to put the biomass burner on the grid that I've got laid out for me. I use the foundations as the grid for this. There we go. An awful lot neater now. Biomass and biomass. My next part will be, so these foundations will basically surround the miners. And so everything's reasonably sort of... This won't be perfectly aligned with how the miner goes in, but it will... The miners skew. That's fine, because I can always tweak the miner over when I tear it all up, because of course I'm going to have to tear it all up. Right. Move my craft bench up. Craft bench. There's also an equipment workshop to make useful stuff. That is not needed right at the moment. This, however, has come down, so let's grab all the bits to get some improved logistics stuff. I can't remember what this actually unlocks, but logistics things, that's all I know. Useful things that I will need. Right, well, let's start getting these up. Been doing quite a bit of this in Minecraft today, just sort of trying to neaten up the factory a bit because it was suffering. Let's move this. Yeah, that is askew. Hold on. Let's move this now. Is that askew, or is that just a bit comes out a little bit more than the other? I think that bit just comes out a little bit more than the other side, actually. I think we were all right there. Okay, so I'm going to basically say that that is fine. Let's bring this out, hook that in, hook that in. Yeah. Obviously, this factory is very inefficient. There's an awful lot of things that I could be doing. Oh, that's what logistics will do. Allow me to make this an awful lot more efficient. So, while the rods are being made, I can start making these factories look, well, look better, because right now they look ugly. But also, so what's going to happen is that this one is going to be running 3 smelters. So by getting the foundations in, I can sort of start thinking about, okay, well, this one needs to support 3 smelters. I could probably move. No, not yet. I don't want to move that just yet. I just need 3 more concrete, and that can then be moved over. So that smelter goes in roughly there. Right, that's good. So I'll be able to put in a second smelter next to it. And off the pod goes again. So that now adds in the ability to split resources. So just dropping a couple more of these in. Yeah, so this isn't quite in the middle, which is slightly annoying, to say the least, because it's not lined up. That is something that I can potentially fix at a later date. Yeah, so this allows me to do this. So that's that. That's that. Right. Then, in theory, I say in theory, in practice, what we know to do is this goes in there. It's just overlapping the pole. Just moving that there. Right. That now is all set up. Right. So what I can do with that now is basically say, well, this bit is surplus requirements, because, well, it's not surplus requirements. That would be a second factory that will probably be a little bit better built than this one. But yeah, so I can now move what was down there over to here. And this entire side is shut down because, yeah. Just need to grab some cables. Right. And that's all up and running once more. Okay. So, that goes in there. That's now making plates. That's now making plates. Excellent. So that's that bit done. And next to it we'll go our second pile of foundations. While we also keep these operational. Okay, right, so the next thing that I need to do is one more of these. To get the new constructor in, making sure that it's the right way around. Done that a fair few times. That gives me rods. And we can pull this lot out now. Just for the moment, that I need to sort of neaten up. And then this section will probably just be basically replaced with a much neater factory on this one. But for the moment, this is fine. Okay. Just for 2 moments, let's pull that out. So we can get a new storage container in. Of course there's a tree in the way. Well, what I can also do is I can do this. I can do that. And then that. There we go. We've got a nice, neat-ish factory. It's a little offset and it's only running, you know, really you want one of these basic ones running 3 smelters. But this does the job for now. Right, the next thing. Let's see what the next bit of research is. Field research. Yes, we definitely want this. And you want me to make some screws. If I could just knock a smelter down there. And do I have a constructor? I have, in fact, got the parts that I need. I almost have the parts that I need. Just take this out, reroute that one over here. So I need to make rods. Use this, and then I need some cables to make a second constructor. To make screws. So that's now going to make screws, which are going to be needed for all sorts of things. Basically everything is for all sorts of things, but field research is quite useful because it gets you the bigger staff, I believe, for the for beating the things to death, and it also gets the MAM, which is your researcher. Apart from all the other research, there's 3 researchers in this, which so the space elevator is for the big stuff, the big sort of overarching bit of, hey, you can now research these technologies. This one is for the sort of little bits, but the MAM is also for the little bits. Yes, it's a thing. I'm not sure I like having quite so many sort of things that allow you to research things, but that's just me. Other people may be really into it. I don't know, but I personally, I don't like having too many research systems, too many coins, if you like. Just because it gets a little bit, it can get a little overwhelming. Right, I'm just stocking up on a few bits because I want to go back to that. While my factory is just running, I want to go back to the crashed cargo pod and pop it open to grab the hard drive, which means doing what it says to do, basically. So that cargo pod requires 40 megawatts of power, or 2 biofuel generators, in order to open it. So I've got the resources for 2 biofuel generators, and I'm going to go up and see if this opens it. Other things may require certain resources, like rubber or whatever. Wait, where was it? Is it a little bit? Might be a little bit further. Oh, I need my Blade Runners speed up. Maybe it was over here a bit more. It's like over a hill slightly, so you don't immediately see it. It's not there. It's somewhere. It is somewhere over here, but I've gone and lost it. That is Sam, isn't it? Yeah, that is not used for anything yet. There's a whole bunch of stuff that is used for stuff, but not that one yet. And there's a few sort of work in progress items as well, which are also not used for anything just yet. Oh god, where was this pod? Unsure where that was. I'll grab the raw quartz though as I'm here. There's an awful lot of those sort of little... There's little veins of it and there's big veins of it. The little veins are, they're sort of nice to haves to allow you to research the things that you will need for when you do the big ones. So there's some sulfur. There's going to be some sulfur around here somewhere. And some uranium. Don't just. There's people like, oh, I've picked up these weird green rocks and they've killed me. Yes, that's uranium. You know, it's very gamified. There we go. That's where the thing was. Right. This is where I find out that I didn't bring enough stuff. Quickly open that before it runs out of power. Dismantle this stuff again. Doesn't need to be there. And this will allow me to unlock the alternate recipe, which is what field research also allows. Hard drives do require 10 minutes to open though, so it's worth just doing any other bits of research that you need to do before you do that one. So otherwise it just locks up your RAM until the 10 minutes is up. But I've got some bits and pieces that will need to be researched, and hopefully the bolts will be done now. That would be this one. Maybe? I'm not good at maths, but maybe. 4 bolts. Just need 4 bolts. Okay. That gets my field research. Obstacle clearing will be the next one that I will need, because that will unlock something rather useful. The chainsaw. That gets dumped down there for now. So, and I'll just research some bits and pieces, and that unlocks stuff. And you may not necessarily know what it sort of unlocks for a little while. Nutrients. Do the berries. The nuts. There's mushrooms up this way somewhere. Research power slugs. So power slugs will eventually allow overclocking. In fact, it might allow me overclocking now if I can just do one of these. Ah, no, because I used it. It's fine. So the MAM it unlocks all sorts of just like tools, but also unlocks inventory space as well. Or it can do, depending on the node you unlock. Right, hard drive, boom. So in 10 minutes that will be done, but I'm probably going to end the stream before that happens, because I think I've done enough for now. I wanted to just kind of get a little bit of almost like a first impressions. And the thing is, right, it's Satisfactory. The core of the game hasn't changed. It does look like it's been quite a good upgrade to a new engine, on the basis that, for the most part, I don't think you'd notice. Which is exactly what you want from an engine upgrade in some respects, unless it's going to be like hugely like more impressive. What you don't want it to do is go the other way. You don't want it to run worse, and certainly I've seen a little bit more stutter, but you know, these are things which will just be improved upon with time. So far so good. But yeah, I will probably be continuing this this particular level on in another stream. But for now, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.